Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and pick some cards to see what's going on in this connection. How is your person feeling about you? What would they say to you? Where is this headed? And any other messages we can get from the cards here. Okay, so yeah, I feel called to use this Witch's Tarot deck to see what the general energy and vibes are here. I've been finding myself using the word vibes a lot. I used to really like that word. Then I'm like, wait, is that kind of cringe? But like now I like it again because I think vibes are real. It's nothing but our thoughts. Okay, we got the Hermit. I have been getting this card a lot. I do feel like you could be in no contact with this person, or you haven't really been communicating that much, although I do feel like you have been communicating through other realms, through like the energetic realms, because like communication is always there no matter what, because we're always, you know, connected to one another. We all stem from the same source. Separation is an illusion. But I'm seeing like in terms of the 3D, I do feel like, you know, you haven't really like connected or communicated, or like, you know, you haven't like talked, or at least talked in the way you want to. Maybe you could still be in contact or touch, but it's not like this person is doing more than you think. Okay, like, but you know, some, or they're not doing as much as you want to, but they are doing more than you think. Like, I do feel like you're more in contact and communication than you know. And I keep hearing the words like perspective, you guys. Like, this person is seeing things through a different perspective, or like, you know, the perspective that you're viewing this connection through. Like, maybe you could feel like you don't feel like chosen or prioritized, or this person, like, you know, has their attention elsewhere. But like, I feel like this person does think about you a lot more than you know, and like you are more like deeply lodged into their mind. Like, you know how like we always have things going on in our mind, like, you know, we think about multiple people, multiple things, tasks, chores, like, you know, but like we have that one thing that's on our mind, that one thing that keeps, like, you know, coming back, right? Like, I mean, that is who you are for your person. So like, just because you haven't like talked to each other, or like, you know, contacted each other, doesn't mean that they don't think about you. They actually really do think about you a lot. They actually do you know, even have like fond memories. Like, they reminisce about the fond memories from this connection. Okay, more than you even know. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we also got here the Four of Swords. Okay, wow, like these are kind of like the same cards in like a different like font or like form. I am seeing with this Four of Swords, you guys, like, you know, this person could be, again, keeping their distance a little bit, but like, you know, they're working on themselves. Like, I like this these two cards, you know, they imply like, you know, meditation, like, you know, going into isolation to really focus on yourself, concentrate, you know, on like improving, expanding, growing. So yeah, that's a big thing, because I feel like this person was doing anything but working on themselves, and it kind of bothered you a little bit, because I feel like for some of you guys, like, you know, you do really like this person, and maybe you're not exactly sure like what is it about this person that you really like, because maybe you have met other people that have, like, you know, that share the same interests as you, that maybe have as much depth as you. Maybe this person, I'm not saying this person isn't deep, but maybe they aren't really as into like spirituality or some of the things you know, in the way that you are, as compared to like other people that you met. Like, I feel like maybe you're the type of person where, like, you know, when you really like someone, you know, you stay liking them for a while, and it's like, even if like there is someone better that comes along, maybe someone that's better on paper, you still, like, you know, like your ex, or like, you know, someone from the past. Because I do see that, like, you know, a lot of you have been approached by, like, you know, new people, maybe even people that are like better, like, you know, in some ways, or maybe they treat you better or whatever. But like, you know, you just for some reason like are still holding on to this person because you know there's something more to it. And oh my gosh, okay, I'm like looking outside my window, and I saw this like infinity symbol, and it says like wish. I don't know if it's like a musical or a movie, but it's like infinity and wish. And I feel like I'm seeing something to do with like a portal. Like, there's some sort of portal that's opening up, and like it's gonna answer all your wishes, and like, you know, like infinite abundance. Like, you know, we are this is all about like tapping into your abundance mindset and the abundance within you. I feel like that's also one of the reasons why you met this person, because, you know, they want you to tap into the abundance that you have within yourself. Okay, like they want you to realize or like their higher self, or, you know, the reason why this situation, it's not even them, it's more so like, you know, your higher self, or your I guess, like, you know, self on like a different plane or different dimension, you know, coming down to your earthly self and telling you like, hey, you know, you could be operating from victim mindset. Man, I think this is the time for you to love yourself more, you know, kind of really hone in on your self-concept and, you know, grow stronger. Maybe for a lot of you guys, you know, you're also taking this time off to kind of just heal certain things within you, like inner child wounds, something from the past. You have really been thinking deeply about, you know, why things hurt you so much, or like, you know, why certain things sting. Because I do feel like this person, this connection triggered the heck out of you. But what I'm also seeing, you guys, is like maybe you're giving too much attention to these triggers. Maybe you're hyper fixating on it more than you even know, because it's like you know, I do feel like for the most part, you know, this person was definitely good to you, and like, you know, they did do right by you, but it's like, you know, there are certain things that they did that kind of remind you of the past, and it's like they're not as bad as like the people that you were with in the past, or like as bad as the situation was in the past, but you're just like, oh my gosh, like, you know, why does this cycle keep repeating? Why does this pattern keep repeating? And it's like, you know, at this point it's like you're sort of making a choice, like, you know, it's not so much like you the pattern as much as it is like you hyperfixating on the pattern, or like your attention energy that you know you're giving to the pattern, like how much consciousness are you giving to this pattern, you know, or whatever is happening that isn't serving you. Because I feel like you know what you want, and you know, you don't stop until you get that. I do feel like there is this, like, you know, aspect of stubbornness. I'm also definitely seeing, like, you know, maybe there's a little bit of like ego involved, but like not necessarily in a bad way, but I feel like, you know, this connection is like helping you dissolve your ego in some way. Maybe you think it's like the opposite, especially if you're manifesting this person, you're just like, oh my gosh, like, am I doing this out of ego? I actually feel like you're transcending your ego more than you know. Okay, the Hermit does have to do with, like, you know, someone who's very smart, like, you know, spiritually inclined, someone who's really you know, like just vigilant about certain things, and like deep, and like sees things in a different manner, and you know, can look past the surface level and like read in between lines, and like, you know, you're really smart. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, maybe like to the average person, you know, they think you're like a brilliant genius or something, but like this is just the way that you view things, this is just the way that you perceive things. Okay, this reminds me of this quote, like, you know, once you you know, something about like the mind expanding itself. I'm so bad at remembering like quotes. Like I know what it's trying to say, but I need to start remembering these quotes verbatim. Something about like, you know, your mind expanding. Okay, like once you have expanded the dimensions of what, okay, a mind that is stretched can never go back to its old dimensions. Like that's what I'm seeing here, you guys. Like, you know, like you've changed so much, and like, you know, you just cannot go back to your old dimensions, to like, you know, whatever you used to be. I do feel like, you know, this person has really changed a lot within you. I do feel like, you know, there's been a couple of relationships, or you know, people that you've been with, or even situationships or whatever, that have really triggered some sort of spiritual awakening, or like, you know, have triggered something deeper within you. There's like periods where you're a little bit like dormant, but then there's sometimes, you know, someone comes in, you feel like this really deep connection, and like, you know, sometimes they leave, and a lot of times they do come back. We'll see what's gonna happen here. Okay, we did get the Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I feel like, you know, they do still have feelings for you. This person really does like you, and they're really attracted by your growth. I feel like maybe for some of you guys, you're just like, oh, the more you grow, the more you leave behind certain people. But I feel like this person is exactly, you know, you are what they need in their life. Like you are, you know, they crave your energy. It may not seem that way, and I'm also seeing something to do with, like, again, like, you know, some past wounds coming up. Maybe you felt like this person wasn't really giving you that much attention, or they were giving other people attention, and you're just like, wait, what? I'm so smart, I'm so wise, like, you know, why isn't this person giving me attention? Although I do feel like they were, but you just didn't like that, like, you know, maybe they weren't like all about you all the time or something like that. But like, you know, because like you really want to be in a relationship with this person. When you really like this person, you know, when you really like someone, like you do want to be like the center of their world, or at least, you know, take up more space in their world. And you know, like maybe when it comes to your friends, you're just like, yeah, my friends can have other friends. But I feel like there's definitely some jealousy coming in here from both ends. Okay, both sides of the relationship. But I do feel like, you guys, the Queen of Cups, okay, like your person sees you as the Queen of Cups, someone who's really wise, knowledgeable, and they really appreciate that. They value the fact that you have, like, you know, so much within you, that like, you know, you're really up there. Like they think you're very, very high quality, top tier. Like I do feel like they kind of put you on the pedestal. Maybe like they didn't think, like, you know, they were good enough or smart enough for you. So it's like, you know, there's this one quote that says like, oh, she was a book, but he was illiterate, or something like that. Like I'm not saying like that is the case here. I'm just saying, like, you know, sometimes, you know, people go on to things or other people that, you know, are easier, because like it's just easier to be with them because they're not as, like, you know, above them. And you were really, really, like, you were vibrating higher than this person, I feel like, in a lot of different ways. But like that doesn't mean they can't reach to where you are. Like I actually feel like, you know, for a lot of you guys, like, you know, they also didn't, like, you know, if you feel like, oh yeah, they were going after these other people, this, that, like they look for you in other people. They never truly got over you. I don't even feel like for a lot of you guys they're seeing anyone, they're like single. Okay, because they think about you. They spend a lot of time thinking about you, thinking about what you're doing, what you're up to. Okay, they know that, like, you know, there's no one like you, no one as interesting or intelligent or brilliant as you, no one of your caliber, at least no one that they've met, no one as well rounded as you. You're the full package, and even the things that you did for them. And I feel like they're kind of regretting it. Like, they're just like, why didn't I pursue this sooner? Like, you know, because I do feel like there are certain circumstances that got in the way, and like, you know, maybe they didn't like transcend these as much as you wanted them to, or, you know, overcome them. But we did get the Emperor here, so I do feel like this person will rise up to your level. I do feel like, you know, this person's gonna be like, hey, you are an amazing person, like, I gotta fight for you, I gotta fight for this connection. I'm also seeing something to do with the illusion of options, like, 'cause, you know, in today's world, you know, we have access to people at the click of a you know, like, social, like, button on your phone, right? Like, the click of your finger, and it can get a lot. And like, you know, I feel like your person's realizing, like, yeah, like, you know, just because, you know, I have options doesn't mean they're quality options. And, you know, they see you as someone, like, you know, who is very quality, and, you know, they want to chase after you. Like, look at this, like, look at these two cards here. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could be the Queen of Cups and they could be the Emperor here. They're gonna treat you even better than you know it. Okay, like, I do feel like you guys, and don't worry too much about the gender, but like, look at this. Like, sometimes the way that you even pick the cards, like, you know, the Queen of Cups is kind of just like, you know, drinking out of her own cup, right? Like, kind of doing her own thing. And the Emperor, like, you know, he's looking at these kids here. It's like, you know, this person has envisioned a future with you, you know, being together with you. And it's like, you know, I feel like the Emperor, like, you know, they kind of want to chase you. Like, you know, it's like, I love this. Like, this forms the whole family. It's like, you know, the both of you are gonna, like, you know, if that's something that you want, you know, that is in the cards for you. But definitely, I do feel like this is gonna, you know, turn into something serious. I do feel like, you know, this is someone who like prioritizes their work and family a lot as well, or their career. So that is also something that I'm seeing. So it's not like, you know, like, maybe for a lot of you guys, like, their attention is like more towards that than, like, you know, anything else. Okay, so yeah. But we also got the Eight of Swords. I'm definitely seeing here with this Eight of Swords, yeah, there are some insecurities, you know, coming in from both sides of this connection. I feel like maybe some of your insecurities could have manifested in the form of this person acting the way that they did. Okay, but they also had some insecurities because they know that you're amazing, or like, you know, they have insecurities when it comes to, like, you know, this relationship and love. Like, oh my gosh, like, what if this doesn't work out? Like, you know, what if I'm not good enough or something like that? Okay, but you know, yeah, let's see what the cards have to say here. Yeah, we got the Nine of Swords. I do feel like, you know, something keeps them up at night. Like, you know, I feel like there's something that happened between the both of you, or like, you know, there's unresolved tension, or something. Maybe like nothing even happened, but it's just like, you know, this person kind of like wishes they did more, or, you know, they did more because, you know, they're scared that they're gonna lose you forever. Yeah, we also got here the Nine of Wands. This has to do with like persistency and tenacity. Neither of you are giving up on each other. Okay, energetically, neither of you are giving up on each other, which is why maybe for a lot of you guys, you know, you still think about this person, you still, like, you know, dream about this person. You could, like, you know, lay awake at night and think about this person. You think about this person a lot, and I feel like they think about you too. Like, the fact that you're thinking about them this much, I mean, there's definitely something, you know, at play here. Like, energy doesn't lie. Okay, like, I'm, you know, how sometimes when you think of someone and like maybe they haven't watched, like, you know, your story in a while, and they just pop up, or you haven't heard from them in a while, and then they text you, right? Like, yeah. Okay, but we got the Two of Swords. I do feel like there was a lot of indecision on their part. They just didn't know how to come forward. They were kind of confused. They were kind of in a weird place in their life. They didn't even know what they wanted, honestly. I feel like they met you and they're just like, oh my gosh, this is such a magical connection. But then, like, you know, you kind of like just drifted apart, I guess. Like, you just, like, you know, like, kind of went your own way. But like, that doesn't mean this person wasn't interested in you. They were interested in you, but maybe they felt like you wouldn't be interested in them because too much time had passed by. And like, you know, they know that you're a catch. They know that probably a lot of people are into you. Like, I feel like with this Queen of Cups, you know, you are someone, this reminds me of the Queen of Hearts. You know, you capture people's hearts, like, you know, and like, you know, you definitely have captured this person's heart. Like, this person, like, you know, they haven't forgotten about you. And I'm seeing, like, had the circumstances been different, the both of you definitely would have, you know, dated and, you know, gotten together in the way that you wanted to. Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles, so there definitely is still hope. This person still does want to work on this connection, work on building and growing in this connection, but they kind of have to do that themselves first. Okay, we did get a lot of nines here, and nines have to do with like individuality, so that is something they need to work on themselves first, and they need to figure out what it is that they want, you know, before they can really come forward, because, you know, they don't want to like just like breadcrumb you or anything like that. Like, you know, when this is the type of person, when they're in, they're all in. Okay, yeah, we have so much in common, you guys. This person does think about like the fact that you do have a lot in common. They are thinking about like the good aspects of this connection. Okay, I feel like, you know, this person, yeah, like you and them have more in common than maybe they do with other people. There's like some synchronicities, you know, between the both of you. Yeah, so that's really interesting here. Yeah, but I secretly admire you. This person does like you a lot more than they're letting on, okay? But yeah, I do feel like, you know, they really do like you, but I just feel like maybe they feel like they're just not, like, you know, good enough for you, or like, you know, you're a little bit too cultured for them, or, you know, more than they do. But like, again, I feel like they want to rise up to the occasion. I feel like they will eventually, like, you know, stem out of this sort of like insecurity type of you know, feeling that they're feeling, and, you know, come forward and, like, you know, give you more and be more and do more, because they're just like, wow, like, you know, they really admire you. They admire you for who you are, and they know that they can grow and learn from you. And again, like, just because something didn't happen yet doesn't mean it won't happen. So there's definitely a chance that, you know, things can turn around in this connection. Okay, I will end the reading right here. I do want to let you know that I do have a self-concept challenge going on my Patreon. We also get together as a group and collectively manifest for each other via signs, which accelerates and amplifies our individual manifestation. So if you are interested in being part of a like-minded group, or, you know, being part of a group with like-minded people who are into manifesting the same things, check out the description box below, where you'll find the Patreon, and you can sign up for the challenge through my Patreon. And yeah, I will go ahead and end the video right here. Thank you so much. Love and light.